There was a place in the marketplace where I set myself away. We were looking at the cultures, the continents, the arts, where I could do whatever I want. I set a position to be with my friends and strangers, where opulence or extravaganza might just be another day of exchanging arts away of the circus, that political circus we were not going to attend, with flowers in my head and gentlemen in the way. The ladies placed their hats and colors from the gray shades. You see them beautiful, you see them free, you see them doing their own eternity in that which counts their culture and draft their own silks, their own fabrics of reality. I found with fantasies in virtual reality and the mysteries of India as the dances of Spain, each verse and each part of the world unique. I know, I've been around the world. Not as a tourist, I have lived, I've been welcome, I've welcomed others, I've shopped roses in India, enjoyed the British Empire as well. The that was left of the Spanish with the revolution. I love nature too. Colors of natures. I love to be pretty as well and take 4 hours to do my hair. After everyone got tired of judging others, we said, so what? Let's just make a laugh out of it. I love to twirl with my dress and sit with my friends. We might get goofy at times and then very serious when it comes to load the information exchange in the marketplace. I've seen it in the map unfolding as I turn around. My friends tell me they could be different, whatever. It's not about sex, it's about maybe something else that sparks your imagination. I have ambiguity towards what you do as long as you bring skill for all those to be creative as well as you do so. I've danced my way through words, dance among spaces to see your facial expression and read from your lips and your eyes and the way you breathe to narrate your story. I have prepared with images for the chickens you brought me and apples to keep fresh. We've been always gracious behind the screens, taking position to acquire a new element to craft. Yeah, it might sound boring because we are the new generation, a product of what you left, because you could not carry any long as we jumped ahead. Ole. And by that, we learned to dance from you and the others' culture as well, fomenting a suit, scarves, a playful, charming way to learn with each other and maintain that which matters most for those relations that have been built. We like to craft again. This is my position as a ruler to measure. This is a small hat and a small bird. Still, in this world, I look at you as well, and the jewelry you carry. Yes, chickens are at edge. The new tendency. I follow the gentlemen. They are, most of all, kind. Others learn well. The white class would create more babies and work less, letting others manage for once more to themselves with less kids. Be better with more attention to each. I like to walk straight and have my sort of chicken neck. Have you seen them as they see us? Yes, we are cultural morphing elements in this universal where nothing is changed but enjoyed from each angle. It's called we wear jackets, we like to get warm and still be happy. Have you been entertained by the elder generation? We have fooled them so they stop the wars. Can you see? No one gave attention to them. How silly were they to invest in vain? I could see the values in the markets as we expanded a view to the world and each entity that was there to be spot on for what they want to do. I want to do bags. I want to take care of rabbits. And what do I want to do? Mm, I would love to build a mansion into a village, some part of the world, with all the new friends. Go every year and dance with the elements. They want to make fabrics of clothing by their own. They like to feel beautiful as well. It's not about the clothes you wear, but how many you can exchange. Yes, it's not my hair. Isn't it gracious? Still, it is Grace, my name, to keep up the energy in a positive atmosphere. We breathe again, and you will question, of course, you can have my jewelry, but I do want your chickens. Are they real? Of course not. This is a fantasy realm. How full foolish are you to question me? It does feel real. You can do this dress in reality if you want. When you walk out into the village and jump back into our fantasy fun, perhaps you find another venue to exchange the positional jobs and works. I got tired of making flowers of silk. I thought it would be incredible to learn that skill. After 9 months, I decided to do flowers to be held by the bees in the gardens and natures all around. We thought different forms of creations as we gave our jobs to other ones and created new ones. There was always acquire that scenario. In the transitional form, we exchange jobs. Of course, there is room to do that. They need food. Yes, they need food and water. Water, lots of flowing water to swim and jump. You think so? And the force. But how lovely the chickens are, alive and eaten as well. That apple tree they should have never tested. Now look at us. Here we are between jars and in the marketplace. Will that be spiritual enough to carry and pursue your destiny according to what fantasy was that? Perhaps I leave that for the multiverse, yeah. And you, what are you so foolish to do? To not have invested in the rules of the multiverse, like in the map of real life. Haven't you seen that without this learning experience, your technologies are nothing? I've been there from Ibiza to Goa to New York City, dancing my life, the coast of Venezuela. But you have to make it in an illusory platform where people shout for justice, but they don't live their lives. They will work to have, because to have is to be. But what happens when you leave everything behind in the exchange of the floor dance? Yes, you will have want to require and acquire more and more. Oh, yes, but I don't want anyone like you. It will never be playful. It would be a copy that's generated. The trick of reality and building reality comes from another source. Who is the person behind it that will feel and understand? Who is the person that's so real that brought this reality in between? I want to jump as well. I want to jump. I am stepping all the way into this quantum jump. Oh, yes. How lovely is it, isn't it? and you will dance all the way with the press and be alarmed with the political charm of the writers who invented novella to conquer the world through stories. That idea was initiated here in London. Oh, yes, I know that from the Queen Elizabeth I and the friends of Shakespeare. Have not you read the first script from all? It was not inquisitionate. So many tortures were made up. Dear, look at us now. I would love to meditate again and shout in the rivers and flamenco. You are so occupied with your marketplace. What does happen between humanity when children are brought up with true love and true care? You will abandon your children as they abandon you in the request of making yourself shine among all others. And what is it so important that you're bringing to the world that the world doesn't have? Is that a promise of something we can do? Now that I am aware of going to places with my own dresses, the world stopped judging who they wanted to be. It could only have happened through a celebration, moving beyond the reason of the last judgments they have created, as if it was theirs, the last judgment to do, where they continued. We could seen it in the map, the last fights, as they dropped them, they were obsolete. Oh, yes, so they were. They still believe is forever to fight for. No victory they ever earned. Yes, this is the marketplace, my darling. This is all yours if you like to dance in it. We have seen the industry, what they can provide if we ask them that we like to do this. Oh, yes, we like to do that. They want chickens and apples, of course. What is it that you like? Is to live in heaven on earth. Have you seen how beautiful I am? Have you seen how beautiful is my race when we are left alone to create? Well, it was my idea as well. What do you think? It's in the Sanskrit, in the Spanish, it's all around, in the English and the German, and the Africans, all up to the sides and up. Yes, my bird comes back to me. My children's are full of joy. The flowers smell and are not plastic, you know? I've been in the multiverse with him for so long. I start to come out to the light as best friends we are. Now that you know there are boundaries, huge boundaries, who separate us, we can still define ourselves for others. And you, how beautiful are you? If you dance, you would tell me a totally different story. The brain is more than a machine. God unite us. God takes our lives apart. May you live truly and totally to allow this multiplication at the same time.